Okay, I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch. Because Nintendo already apologized with the Joy-Con drift. To me, my thoughts on Nintendo, was it 3 years too fucking late. I had this one since 2018. Not just I had a Joy-Con drift issue, but I also have been having battery issues. Not just Joy-Con drift issues, but I also have defective batteries. I'm going through. This is my second Joy-Cons. I can afford to get another one of these. That's why I use a wire charger. I don't even take it out of the dock much. If I do want to play on the go, or if I use it as another controller, I can't because I can't take it off the Switch without the battery going very low. Or Joy-Con drift. This is the one that had the Joy-Con drift. I had to get replaced before I paid it off at Rent Center. This is the other one, and then this one was the original one that had a bad battery. Now this one, blue one, I'm from down with another blue one with a bad battery. And they charge you about 60, 70, 80 bucks for a fucking Joy-Con. That's fucking stupid. And we just kept this going, taking down YouTubers like false claim, copyright claims and all that. This company ain't gonna go anywhere. They're gonna eventually push out their fans and their customers. Nintendo is just money greedy. That's all they are. They're just greedy. And they pull an Apple, saying that oh, don't use the dock. They're not also Nintendo. They're trying to get like Apple and try to charge you up the ass with their own accessories, their first price accessories. The charger, I can see why it would be 15 bucks. It's just, I mean, that's a reasonable price, but the Joy-Cons and all that, that's freaking too much. The games are also too much, too. And I know reason I don't go to the digital store. And then in their security, it's a joke. Nintendo and their security is a joke. The online service is a joke. This company ain't going anywhere. And I know you look at the security breach. I was surprised if they got sued. Which I should look at that to see if they did get sued. But they're already facing lawsuit against Joy-Cons. This company ain't gonna go anywhere. And the Switch is already obsolete. So I already bought a console was probably like next year won't be any good for me because it's not going to be ports. The next new PlayStation and this PlayStation and Xbox is coming out. It's going to be way more powerful than this console is. The Switch. It's going to be way powerful than the Switch. So, I waste my time getting this console. Because there's already 2 games that won't run on the Switch. Or the current gen consoles. And they're already, because there was like one game, I forget what it was, and then there was another game, there's a new Resident Evil that's coming out. It's going to be able to run on the Switch. And I think also the day of handheld consoles are just over. Especially if you got a smartphone or a tablet. But this is just ridiculous. Nintendo has not changed and they're just greedy and they just overprotective and everything. And see, oh, my mirror was on. Oh, that's my almost lighting. But that and the console itself is a joke. I tried to put a memory card in here, and I guess they want you to buy their memory cards. Because I bought one, it didn't work in it. Yeah, I got one. I got an Interstate Free Dual. This is the reason the PSP and the Vita failed. Is the memory cards cost too much, accessories cost too much, and this is why the Switch is gonna fail if it keeps this up, because it's gonna fail like the PSP and the Vita. Now this has a memory stick dual to SD card, which I put my own SD card. One I was gonna use for this. I put it in here because it would not format it. But yet the PSP recognized it and it formatted it. So, and there's some memory cards are starting to melt in it. So this console does get hot. This is the revision 1, which, you know, sometimes the first hardware on game consoles don't always seem to be ever since I want to say the 360 and Oh, well, actually, ever since the PS1, because the very first model PS1, where's my PS1 at? Because the original gray PS1, the one that had the an actual AV jacks like this in the back of it, had a defect with a laser. So did the PlayStation 2 fat, so the fat PlayStation 2. So actually the PlayStation 1, oh, it's right there, right there. Actually the PlayStation 1, the first revision hardware just don't, but it doesn't, it sometimes doesn't do that, but Sony Little Nerd Lesson, they got sued for the PS1, PS2, and I think they got sued for the PS3 being defected. Because the PS3 also had a defect because it was overheating, too. Yeah, it took Sony to a PS4 to get the first revision right. It was the first revision didn't have a failure. Yet it took the PS1 through PS3 actually had the first revisions of the consoles had a failure of overheating. And this is the PSP. This PSP has had no problem. This actually still works. It's only PlayStation console, I think, back then didn't have that. But the PS3, the Xbox 360 had that problem. So Microsoft got sued because their customer service was PS4. The Wii sucked because the Wii, I had one. That Wii got hot quick. That console got hot. I mean, the Wii was poorly designed. I knew the Wii was, because even the Wii U was, because it's not enough airflow going around. I had the original Wii when I remember back in 2008. I remember getting it for $300. Like, how much is those Switches right now? Like $300 at EB Games. That console lasted till 2013, until it overheated because the ventilation of that freaking console was poor. As poor, and I could touch it, it would be hot. And now there's also GameCubes that are also having the same problem. The hardware fails. The overheats when they get old. Yet the Super Nintendo over here, Nintendo's trying to ignore it and think it doesn't exist anymore. They hate it. I think this console is. I think the Nintendo only game consoles that were goodly designed were Super Nintendo, NES, Super NES, and PS4 because they don't have no failures. This one doesn't even have failure yet. Well, actually, the NES actually, I was kind of wrong with that. Actually, the NES model, the first NES actually had the front loader NES actually had a failure. But still, Nintendo should have learned from the NES to the well, the GameCube just age and gets worn out quick. But the Wii, they should have learned from the Wii and all that, and they should have learned from Microsoft and Sony's lawsuit for failing hardware. And they should have learned, get with the times and leave people alone. And they don't know that sending out false copyright claims is actually illegal. You can get in trouble. But yeah, this company's a joke. For a Japanese company, it's been around. I mean, first been a card company, then been a toy company. Now it's a game company, and they became a video game company. Sometime in the late 70s, early 80s, with the plug-and-play Pong clone. That was just back then. 70s was everywhere. The time it was made, Atari came out. When the time it was released, actually Atari came out. Because Atari was actually out. But yeah, this company sucks. And then let's talk about the mobile games. The reason they fail at mobile games, because their mobile games are greedy. Mario Kart failed. Super Mario failed. Only one that was really successful was freaking Pokemon Go. The rest of the Nintendo mobile games failed because it was greedy with microtransactions. And it failed. They would try to give you like the description. It's like, it's not about enough that everybody can afford that. Nintendo needs to learn and get the message. They don't listen to their customer base either. They don't listen to their fan base or their customer base. And this is where I'm done with this company. So, this will probably be the last Nintendo console. I've been a Nintendo customer since the Christmas 2000, when I first got the Game Boy Color. And the last time I was a Nintendo customer was the DS, which I didn't have that long. But before that, I had a Game Boy Advance SP. Yeah. And the Wii was just a family's console, but that thing was a piece of shit. Didn't last long. But yeah, this company, and I can see why Netflix doesn't want to be teaming up with them. They don't. That's why there's no Netflix out. There's only YouTube on here. There's only YouTube on here, and pretty soon the YouTube will be off Wii U. Because the Wii U is losing to YouTube. The 3DS already lost the YouTube app. The Wii U is going to lose YouTube. And everything just constantly lacks a freaking browser, so I can't do anything else about it. I don't know there's a way to actually get there. But, yeah, Nintendo's for a Japanese company over like 200 years, 100, 200 years old, is a joke. This company, I wish they would get straight, but they're not going to learn from their mistakes. It's just, the Switch is probably going to be like the Wii U over again. It's probably going to flop. Actually, I think the Switch is going to be like the Dreamcast. It's going to do well, it got ahead, and then due to weak hardware, it failed. Because it's going to be like the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast failed away. It got ahead. It came out before the PlayStation 2 came out. The PlayStation 2 came out a year later. And then after the PlayStation 2 came out, a year after the PlayStation 2 came out, the Xbox GameCube came out. Let's talk about that too. The GameCube and the PS4 both flopped. Except the GameCube didn't flop in Japan. It did well in Japan. The original Xbox didn't do well in Japan, but it's the only place that the original Xbox didn't do well was Japan. But the GameCube, I like it, but its library games are mediocre, the first party games. And this is what it is. It's like repeating mistakes. Their games are kind of mediocre. I mean, they're okay, but not as good as they used to be back then. I mean, I like the new Kirby game, but that's about it. But this company, they do get on my nerves. And they now apologize for a Joy-Con drift 3 years too fucking late. Too fucking late. And this is the reason I don't buy the Switch games, because they're so damn expensive. So, I don't buy much of them. That's why I don't have much of a library. I mean, when Switch does go out of style, I could probably just buy a whole bunch of them and probably sell the console of that for collectors. But, yeah, this is just stupid. This console's still worse though. But yeah, we'll get off here. This is getting too long, and yeah.